Alright, back with some Rogue Trader. It's been a bit for me. I've been so busy that these will probably all come out relatively sequentially on when I do upload them, but like, oh my god, it's been so long that I had a chance to record. So last we left off, we are down here in the train station that is in our ship. And we're kind of doing miscellaneous stuff and trying to follow the clues for the death cult. So we've been ignoring the beggars, and that's what we're going to do. And we've been talking to random people. We talked to that like rat game over here, did some stuff there, and I'm just going to go around and see what the new DLC kind of content is before we make any progress on the real stuff. Because if you look in our journal, this is all chapter 1 stuff, so we should do that, right? Before we, potentially lock us out of it. Loot from the homeless. Sitting middle-aged man watched the vessel of the babe with a detached expression. Every so often, whenever his eyes linger on the blood mark inscribed nearby, his face changes strangely and his hands clench into fists. Right, this is more of the cult stuff. Just as you hear rumble of the approaching train, his gaze turns towards the track. He leans forward. What do we do here? Observe silently. He freezes a step away from oblivion, listens, then recoils and goes still once more. What do you think you're doing? What? I did it. The man starts and almost falls, but manages to keep his balance. In the dim lumen light, you notice old scars scattering across all his body. The scars seem vaguely familiar. Pascal. I'm registering this unit's intention to use the train tracks as purposes other than those intended by their design. A category demands that the unit's self-disposal be carried out using methods that do not violate the catechism of maintenance and operation. Oh, let's see. Look at the scars. They all vary in length, width, depth, and shape. However, you notice the pattern of the way the scars are aligned, as well as the series of faded symbols on the man's rough skin. Death cultists bear similar marks on their bodies. The spinners are constantly renewing their wounds. This man is long since healed. Your eyes always return to the blood symbol. What do you know about it? It's a symbol of the blood's blood web. I come here every watch, and it hasn't been here before now. I guess today must be my special day. Have you come to take me to the other side? As he notices Cabela. I do not know. Death's gaze is not upon you. Or I do not know you. But then why? Why is it here? You know the symbols, and you bear similar scars. Are you a spinner? I was, but I failed to complete my final assignment, and so I was exiled. The Vizier told me to kill the one who would be at a certain junction utility tunnels at a certain hour. I went to the appointed spot, and then I waited an hour, 2, 5, the junction was still empty. Nobody came. After hours of waiting, I finally realized the person at the junction had been me the whole time. It was my turn to go to the undying one, but I was afraid and I couldn't do duty. I ran. So they simply let you go? They made no attempt to find you and kill you? There was no pursuit. I thought I'd see their black blades by the very next day. Instead, years passed without them taking my heart. I tried starting a new life, but the terror never stopped eating away at me. I got truly desperate, and I went to the Temple of Death myself. I didn't even ever take breaths while I'm talking. But no one there would speak to me. When I gave them my name, they just whispered. Sebred has gone to the Undying One. They looked through me like I wasn't even there. I lived like this for 20 years, like a coward, like a dead man. You're to die. For what reason? And he recites more stuff. Some would choose to leave the righteous path, those earn penance in due time. Her whip sings vengeance, a renegade menace. Her blades pass sentence. Her cowards seek to hide their hearts, but death makes no pretendence. It takes what is due essence. What is due in essence. The third verse of the song of Trailing Blood advisor recited to me before sending me on my final assignment. I didn't realize at the time that this was my judgment. There were plenty of reasons. I sowed death. I offered him souls the most pleasing men and women I could find because it kindled my passions. I killed well-off crewmen who didn't deserve their wealth, and I took their thrones. Thrones are the currency. The closest thing to like a standard currency there is in the Imperium. I killed enforcers who looked into my eyes without fear because I wanted to be feared. I reveled in bloodshed. I betrayed the tenants. I realized it, but I couldn't help it because I enjoyed it. Have you killed any more innocent souls since you ran? No. I've been too afraid to touch my own knife since that day, though it might just stab me on its own, but temptation is always there. doesn't sound particularly remorseful. I spent years in remorse. I'm tired of it. Fair. We have to commit here. I know he does seek the release of death. Let's just kill him. You're a coward and a butcher of this, and I'll purge my ship of your existence. The undying one is death. No, we're just gonna push him. Surely it's better to die for him than live for yourself. This, he forgot. Cute. No XP. Also goods.
Intriguing.
Oh, hey. More ration cards. Yo, is that 12? From the hit series 13? How many times I need to tell you, ungrateful magnets, mistakes must be paid for. Have mercy in the Son's name, I beg of you. Your gracious lordship, hand of God and first savior, unworthy servant. Okay, he touched my boots, which was, not great. Get lost, says pummeling the man. Ooh. Sound of breaking bones, man cries, and enforces hateful lie to remind you of what you went through yourself. Oh, minus 10 perception. I guess. Not bad. Just minus 10 perception for really, that's kind of sucks, but you know, it is what it is. Where discontent breaks on the gawkers who have gathered around, none of his other workers dare come closer, but the anger on their faces is plain to see. Right, because we were tortured, right? Yep. Make it quick, I have places to be. Almost on your lord, Captain. So, low, insistent, dissonant begins to rise in the crowd, only to die back down as soon as the enforcer brandishes their batons. The members immediately turn to pleas for mercy. A sullen red-bearded man with keen black eyes draws your attention. His oddly piercing gaze seems to size you up the whole time you are speaking, but now he is hastening to conceal himself behind the gawkers. The next thing you know, you are watching him hurry deeper into the tunnels. Oh yes, 12. This time I'm going to break 13 of your fingers and ribs as a lesson for your slimy accomplices. Cool. Thanks for the debuff.
Weakness.
No, but there's loot over here. There's also squad. Okay.
This
Alarm.
implant was a worthwhile investment.
Also, steal from the board. Alright. It's important. It's important. You're not stealing from the poor. Who are you? Oh. Oh. Okay. More stuff. Let's go down here real quick. Now this is probably a puzzle.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
What? Okay. That was a success that read like a failure. Anything in here? It's just, okay, it's just a opening. No. How do you get there? Oh, of course
It's about
the
time.
switches. It's a crane game, right? You need to move. Alright, and then we move this one forward. But an interesting solution. It should be the solution. Oh. Okay. Might as well save a little bit. Alright, let's just hope it doesn't like land on me. Almost catch a hasty portrait of work in a red scarf over their face. Artwork greased chemical pigment, judging by the layer of flaked off paint that has been removed several times already. Hi, laborer. They killed everyone, but also a power pick. Interesting. So debuff melee weapon. Also, obviously fleeing from somebody.
Victory awaits.
Pascal, use your brain. Oh, now you can come along. Oh! Thief leader, who are you? You're not supposed to be anyone here. Ah, doesn't matter. Identify yourself. Be aware, Cassia. Makeshift armor peeks out from beneath their ragged clothes, and their battered weapons display a patchwork of crude repairs. The group stares longingly at the rack where good plasteel gleams, relentlessly clutching their humble weapons. You notice that the little finger of every person's right hand has been cut off. Hardly a coincidence. Abelard helped these wretches realize the full extent of their unenviable position. Before you stands Lord Captain Shadagba Imu of Von Valancius, master of this vessel and everything on it, including the goods you are pawing out with your unwashed hands and your miserable lives as well. What do you copy at? Hurry up, bend your backs as right as proper. They turn to stare at you in disbelief and exchange heated whispers. And the leader immediately capitulates. Your lordship, you must excuse these blockheads. I was taken back myself. It's not every day you see the rogue trader in the flesh, and as for this, I won't insult you by denying it. You palace red-handed. Grim glance. Tell me why I shouldn't execute you on the spot. You could execute us, but who would take our place? Shameless scum who rob and kill their hearts content. Bastards who accept mutants into their gangs and pray to the archenemy. You've always been outlaws on the ship, and you're better off allies like us, who don't go too far and keep their heretics down. That's kind of a fair point. Rumors are true, you know yourself how it goes. There are criminals, and then there are criminals, right? We were a Xilian crime lord. Who are you? This is the thing, is that you really cannot do the dialogue options out of order, right? Because this one was obviously meant to be asked before he gave out a little spiel here. Hard Nines, a gang, I mean Brotherhood from Transport Bay 9. Don't think we're parasites, we do a bit for the prosperity of the ship. We sort of assistants to the enforcers. Self-appointed. We make sure that the order is maintained in compartments where the enforcers are too lazy or greedy for bribes. We put a stop to robbery and free thinking. And well, we accept a small contribution in show of thanks. You also did not expect anyone to be here. Are the enforcers providing cover for you? I wish. Frenzo, the newly appointed captain, had our informant strung up. He's tightening the screws, damn it, we can barely breathe. Today's the last time we'll come to pick over this compartment. You have your fingers cut off. Why? Their gang's initiation right. A fine tradition. By voluntarily moving a finger, they show their determination and willingness to join us forever. Badge of honor. Right? They're from Bay 9, so they should have 9 fingers, right? At least that's my logic there. Why do you want the weapons? Do business. We're no rebels. If anyone blasphemes against your lordship, we'll call the troublemakers to order. And we shed blood for the flagship without fear. Does that make us defenders of your ship? Thug raises his eyes about questionably and looks at you expectantly. we will slightly capitulate here. We have no way of verifying whether or not that is true, though, but we'll go for it. One day, I realize the depth and wisdom of your decisions, Lord Captain, but in the meantime, I'll pray this act not come back to haunt me. Heard that, boys? He's expecting good things from us. We can't let him down. We fulfill your commands to the letter. I know, Abelard. It's sad, but we gotta do something with our background every so often. Oh, a unique gun. This is obviously meant for level 1. Really high fire rate, though, right? 8 fire rate. That'd be really fun on a burst fire build early game. Alright, we can't. We did just kind of let the enforcer do what he did, so we're balancing now. We're balancing now.
None shall stand in my way.
Surprised Heinrich didn't say shit. Alright, what's the plan here? Kids have been waiting for you. How was your shift? Worked hard. I helped out a friend loading and gave me some cards. Take them to exchange them for new shoes. Yours are all worn out. Oh, thank you. I've already made your bed for you, so once you're eaten, you go and rest. The little ones and I will head out to the marketplace and leave you in peace. Why did the Emperor send me such a wonderful wife? Look at these people having lives. Oh. Sorry, the house, What's the plan here? Oh my god. It's the soup. Hope we get something besides sludge this time. What the... I don't know, you're approaching the sludge vault. Ah, I see the beggars. What's going on here? A crew of beggars are rattling their alms and ostentatiously displaying their hunger-stricken bellies in various disfigurements. The toothless man falls on their knees. We do have a stack of ration cards. I don't know what I want to do with the beggars, quite honestly. Not this one. Hey, I live here and you just keep waddling right on through. Interesting. Oh, wrong. I'm not sure what type of interactions I'm really trying to see here, right? Because we do have all of these beggars. Shreds of rat carcasses and yellow-green moss stew and the cloudy sludge along with other unidentifiable ingredients. Okay, there's been a murder here. There's also been
I'll
a
lay
looting by
claim
us.
to the stars.
Yeah, Cabela. Steal from them. They deserve it. Do we just give the beggars what they want and just... Because I assume this is what the ration cards are for, but I'm holding on to them in case they have a larger purpose. Besides forcing beggars to leave. Oh, an actual investigation. In a place to dispose this, people managed to set up a small altar which they can pray. It is relatively clean and well maintained. Hey, that's not bad. We gave her a bunch of med items. I assume you have that. Conviction dogmatic. Does that just mean having any? Yeah, but okay, if I run around and wag his tail. Enjoy your ration cards. Be gone, demons.
I'm still new to the art of exploring.
Fine, we're just repossessing all of the ration cards for the glorious Rogue Trader.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Your weakness. Okay, same stuff. Oh. Sure. Where does this take us? Okay, down this ramp. Blindfolded old man. Nope, and a save. Old man in pitiful rags listened intently to the sound of your footsteps. A stinky piece of cloth wrapped around his eyes with greenish pus oozing out from underneath it. The old man laid his trembling hands protectively on a heap of junk that serves his bed and well as his table. An empty beggar's mug makes a clinking sound next to his weighted leg. What happened to your eyes? The void rats gnawed him out while I was asleep. In the sewer water my wounds were washed with was infected, turns out. The pain became a stinging feeling wouldn't go away, and only got worse. How do you manage to survive? People help me. Good people. Lots of good ones, too. He sweeps his withered arm vacantly around the sun. Well, enjoy some meat. Could this be a true miracle of the Emperor, or just another dream? Oh, or Imperium. Ah. Those next to you. Weapons are usually transported in crates like this. I want to look inside. Weapons? What would something like that wind up in a bomb or a bilge compartment? Right? I imagine that's what he means by the not so good people, is he's, helping with the criminals. Let's do our iconoclast. I do not mean to alarm you. I simply wish to learn about their lives. Your people. Could it be, oh Lord Catherine, benefactors that are really you? Our gracious Lord, we know you well. Your charity gets through to us. Gets us through the day, and we pray to you as always. But what are you doing down here? Please hurry away before they know you're here. They're applying something terrible. This crate, it's where they hide there. Pathetic fool. That's our secrecy gone right down to shitter. Folks, we're gonna have to make some noise. Leave no witnesses. A common worker, her face so nondescript it's almost scrubbed off, is aiming a weapon at you that she appeared seemingly out of nowhere. Oh my god, do we finally get some combat? I like how she's still doing the wow.
I won't heed your cries of mercy.
Are you
Okay.
ready to
Oh, these guys
die?
are so dead. These guys are so dead. Okay, so it is not scaled. But luckily, we go first, no matter what. Alright, well, time to show them the power of God in anime. Let's see. Just one guy? Yeah, okay.
Not a problem for me.
Kill zone, combat locus. And I can put these guys down. Oh, I should have done backline. I forgot I got the ability such that we get the AP bonus. Oh well. I like the music. We got some new combat music. Might as well go here. And we have Stronghold Stratagem, which is pretty funny. And you know what? Why not?
Nothing I can't do.
And then we can just fire it into the crowd.
Already done. Nothing of value has been lost.
We are slightly strong for a level 1 situation. And we'll fire that off. 100 health, there's just, yeah, no reason for us to be overdoing it. This.
Better not be intentional.
Sorry, Heinrichs. And then, last but not least, oh no, 0 damage. Okay, Cabela. So, this obviously is not a great fight because it's hard to tell because everything's going to die immediately. But we have so many options here. And we have 5 AP to spend. So we are Death from Above. We have our Blade Dance. We have our Dance Macabre. I think we... Okay. Okay, so there's not much range on that. Oh, it's our line of sight that's the issue. Sure. Okay, so let's do...
I am your blade and shield.
I'm just seeing what we can do here.
Death is a blessing.
Okay, let's do that.
As the tenets demand.
Like dance. That's our parry option. We have 130 base lethality, which means we are getting our bonuses there. Base damage 32. That's our damage modifiers. Joint analysis gives us a +7. That scales on base. Killing spree, seek the opening, sure.
Trust me.
Parried, cool.
The shadows will come. The other side awaits. Trust me. Killing brings me no pleasure. Death is a blessing.
Okay. I'm starting to feel she may be pretty good. Let's not use the heroic ability yet, just because we're just experimenting to see how she actually works. So no movements here, which is a little unfortunate, but do have a gun. Not surprised, that was bad. Ooh, our accuracy is very bad there. Okay. I figured. So this costs health to use. And we didn't use any of this. Also just wanted to look here, make sure. So what assassin things did we get again? Lethality heightens, right? More lethality, great. And this affects our direct damage, so we always get that. And this allows us to get the AP back for attacks. Got it. Okay, now let's see how this goes. Wow, it really does allow you to just straight up undo your motion. That is genuinely crazy. And also, it allows us to reposition this funny enough. That's actually a very interesting combination we have there. You know, a lot of this assassin stuff scales on percent health of the enemies, so these guys all having 10 HP, you know, makes none of those value modifiers coming through, but it's whatever. Okay. Alright, we gotta take this seriously. Let's just...
Vital function successfully terminated.
Let's shoot this guy.
Request approved.
Oh my god, we actually missed. Enjoy. Alright, Heinrichs.
But of course, Lord Captain.
Extremely unnecessary, I don't know even... Oh god, we could give her more movement that way. Okay, well, first things first, Heinrichs, you gotta give your own shit. Zero AP turn 1 is really funny too.
I need a foothold.
This is extremely unnecessary, but
For the throne, your reckoning is due.
he needed it.
Naturally. I feel the power surging. Get me a target.
Or after the staff, yeah. Could just kick this guy to death. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't scale, so every single fight here is going to be completely trivial. Well, you're right, Lord Captain. This cutthroat didn't hurt you, I hope. His precise leg's been shot and carries his weight awkwardly. Locals in the forces call me the foreman. I have no other name. You might say I'm in charge here, this whole of the place. Shaggy red beard and keen black eyes. This is the man who was watching you during your encounter with the enforcer and the station worker early. What in Throne's name was that? I'm not sure. Perhaps these freeloaders believed in tales of the Nemesite. As it happens, I complained to Captain Fresno that some idiots have been painting pictures on the wall and citing people, and what they say, I've got everything under control. Had I known it would have come to this, I would have nabbed those sods and thrown them into the pestilence pit myself. Now we're pestered by enforcers no end, void damn it all. Who is this Nemesite? This is a story people tell around here. This chap they say wanders lower decks, helping the poor who can't earn a living for themselves, and standing up to officers and enforcers in defense of the weak. Except he's just a story, nothing more. Always speaking about what happened. Well, in your case, he'll certainly hear you out and not, you know. He grins and indicates his broken ribs. I saw you. Oh. Interesting. I saw you near the marketplace. What are you doing there? Watching one of my workers take a beating. I feel sorry for the lad, but there's almost nothing I can do. I've stuck my neck out in the past, not doing it again. What's it like workers down here? 12 day in and out in the glory of the ship. The rest of the time, they do their best to survive. Facing hunger, the board range of the enforcers, void, leprosy, fires, floods, noxious fumes. In a word, it's a decent enough life. If you work, you survive. If you freeload, you also survive, if you're clever. Well, and the God Emperor wills it. What are you cooking? Believe it or not, this soup is made from mold slime and technical drain water that's been simmering here in the vat for at least 200 years non-stop. See the growth on the walls there? We harvest it, dry it, and use it to season the soup. If we're lucky, the smell attracts a void rat, and someone gets to have meat in their bowl. It's for those who can't even earn a ration card. I feed them in exchange for service or favors. Sometimes it pays, sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. People keep an eye out for the workers trying to eat 2 bowls in one sitting. One is enough to fill your stomach for an entire watch. Some complain about the taste, of course. Ingrates. Here. Iconoclast. And we have more than enough stack of ration cards. Lord Captain, you just helped out some good family survive. I'll divide cards among them and be sure to tell them it was your lordship who got them. I'm seeking a temple. Do you know where it is? Cultists don't let people like me in on their rights and mysteries. I'm grateful for them for service to God Emperor, but to be honest, I get behind their love of death. It's too much. I'm much too fond of living. Oh. Begging our second of your attention, please accept this humble gift from us, the common people of the Bay. And for all the good you do, it's the most precious thing we can do for your lordship. I'm seeing a theme of the DLC of they're having a lot more of these items that have bonuses based on your alignment, which I think is really nice. Like, it's still a decent item by itself, but then you get bonuses for an alignment. Obviously, 6 isn't that much. That might just be our toughness value. Maximum MP. Ooh. Well, that's good for the Blade Dancer. Especially after we Warp Charger. Also could be good for Abelard. Alright, all that stuff can go into the garbage. Oh, hi, Heinrichs. Well, when in doubt, loot all those, man. Stolen autocannon. Ah, an early way to get a heavy weapon, because one of the main complaints was that you don't get a heavy weapon early in the game enough at all. As in, like, the only one you get is heretical locked, so it's like, you know, if you're trying to build that build, you wouldn't really have anything really to do for a bit. Granted, heavier weapons are, you know, later game stats are better for it, but still. Cool. Well, I'll keep it for the sake of having it. So there's a lot of food. And then we just yoinked it all. Like the good leader we are. Alright, well, obviously not the greatest way to test the actual true effectiveness of our character, but I'm liking it. I'm liking the ability to return. Like, we've just maximum spec'd out on the mobility stuff. And I'm glad to see it seems like it will be at very least interesting, and I didn't even think about that synergy with being able to relocate the Grand Strategist zones. So returning there will actually be very useful. To have just like a thing to do if she ends up with 1 extra AP. Just because her AP expenditure is weird, because most of her stuff costs health.
I see what others do not.
Give our gift to the ones who see nothing but hears everything. Then the truth will be revealed to you. So kill someone who... Kill the blind man. Cool. Alright, well, we are going to end this recording here, because we made some progress. Mostly still, you know, making our way through the void ship. But that is the purpose here. You know, it's earlier game stuff, so nothing's going to be, it seems, combat challenging for us now, so we are really just kind of going through it. But, you know, we are fine with that right now, because that is... It would be nice, obviously, if it's scaled a little bit, but I think it's a not very reasonable demand, I guess, because it is very specifically Act 1, so the fact that we even have the option to do it is very nice. Whereas it being like, well, if you didn't start the DLC in Act 1, you don't get any of this content.